Okay, so it's a dreary Saturday morning. Actually, it's just Saturday afternoon, and I'm getting ready to go crazy here. It's, I believe, March 18th. I think that's what the date is, March 18th. Actually, I'm certain it is. And what I'm getting ready to do here is, well, I'm going to explain what I'm getting ready to do here. I have this Newton Crouch. What is it, NC 5000? Yeah, NC 5000. It's a stainless steel box, but the spreader's in really good shape. Only a couple of little issues like this here, and I guess this was pretty common for them to have that problem. I have welded some things to it and painted over the rust. But the box is I think it's 303 stainless. So these boxes, they don't ever go bad, but the drive systems on them do. They wear thin, and this was a rental unit out of Red Lion Grain Center. I purchased it a few years back, but you know, they wear. So that what's wearing is, well, there's two things that's wrong with this machine. One is the springs in the back here. They need to be replaced. The springs and possibly the stands on that axle. I may even just replace the axle. I don't know. But you're probably wondering why I'm doing this. But there's several things here, and I will explain what and why I am doing this. Several issues. The transmission shot. The sprocket on that is okay. I don't remember if I replaced that. I think I did. I replaced this piece here, but this here is worn so sharp, they're shot. The chain is a stainless steel chain, obviously. These pieces in here need to all be replaced. So I think I'm just going to pretty much shit can all the drive components there and replace all these components here. I don't think I replaced that one. I didn't use this spreader last year, but I don't know, maybe it'll be okay. Who knows? I don't know. I might have had it fixed up. I know I was working on it. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I got to make an assessment as to what's going on there. Everything here is clean and clear and ready to do what it's supposed to do. I siliconed that because I had to put new bearings in there, so I siliconed those. And you probably saw me do this about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And the reason I'm going to be fixing this thing up is because I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be using both dry and liquid fertilizers this year. And to rent the spreader from, say, Growmark or CPS, it's expensive. So I've decided I'm not going to rent the spreader from Growmark or CPS. I'm going to use the one that I already own. I just have to put a few dollars into it. So if I get $1,000 into this thing, or even $1,500 or $2,000 into it, I'm still money ahead than if I had to rent the stupid spreader, because, I don't know, I think their rate is getting up there pretty high. I did rent a spreader last year because they have a bigger spreader than this one. This is only a 5,000 or a 5-ton spreader, where theirs I think are 7. I don't know. Could be that theirs are 6 tons. I can't remember now. But this is supposed to be a 5-ton spreader. Let's see, what else do I have to say about this thing? Oh, and the reason I'm going to be spreading dry is because we got some fields that are a little bit lacking in the potash department, and I'm probably going to be putting boron down. Yes, boron. And I'm just going to buy borax bleach, as they call it, borax, or 20 meal team borax. And I'm going to put it in the spreader because I only need half a pound to the acre is all I really need to make the fertilizer work better, along with copper and other things that are going to be put into this mix. But the copper will be applied through the liquid, copper sulfate. That does a couple of different things. It's a bactericide which slows the release, or the urease, in the fertilizer, so that's why I'm using that. Plus, we're deficient in copper. I'm going to just get these parts ordered. It is Saturday, like I said, and I'm going to order these parts probably on Monday so that I can get this damn thing up and rolling. There's some welding, obviously, that needs to be done on the frame of the buggy part of it, and yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. And the next thing, after I'm done with this, I got to pull the sprayer, and the 90-foot sprayer that I have, the 90-foot boom, that one has a pump issue. I'm not really sure what's wrong. I think there's a bad roller on the cam, or on the, yeah, it's a big cam in there, not a crankshaft, it's a cam. And I think the roller's bad because it's got this terrible surge. So I'm going to tear that pump off of there and tear it apart. They're very expensive to replace. I think they're like $4,000 or $5,000 for that particular one because it is so big. And I don't want to spend all that money on a brand new one or even a rebuilt one. So what I'll do is I'll get it apart and order the parts that I need for that particular pump. And yeah, so that's what I'm gearing up to do because I need to be putting fertilizer on here pretty soon. You know, when I say pretty soon, I mean pretty soon. Like in the next probably 2 weeks, I expected to be putting fertilizer on next week, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. Last year was we were putting fertilizer on in March, and this year it's just not working out that way. So anyway, so that's what I'm up to. I'm going to be working on these pieces of equipment, getting ready to go into fertilizer application. Now, this was outside in the huge rainstorm, or snowstorm, so I got a bunch of water in there. I was kind of hoping that it would, I was just kind of hoping that it would thaw out and then I could take it outside, but it's not. It's in that 32-degree range, so I got that mess that's going to happen. I had Timothy bring it in here before the snow really filled up because it wasn't done at that point, but I think it's done now, and we should be able to. I don't know how else I'm going to get it out of there. But anyways, I'm going to get an assessment, get the parts ordered on Monday, and then, of course, you're going to watch all that stuff. So, thanks again. Stay tuned for all the fun. And you'll have better videos when I'm actually tearing stuff apart. But today's not that day.